Hi, this video is for all my clarinet and saxophone students, and it involves something that I usually don't spend enough time with, and that is hygiene. Not personal hygiene, although playing an instrument is an extension of your personal activity, but it does involve that. So for example, if I took my toothbrush after I brushed my teeth and just put it away, most of us would say, something's missing, like rinsing out your mouth, rinsing out the toothbrush. Well, playing an instrument is pretty personal too. So after you play, I think by now most of my clarinets know that we've got to swab out the instrument. So the first thing I do is I take the mouthpiece off, and we're going to talk about that in a minute, and I turn it upside down. Now, sometimes when we don't have time, perhaps at the end of a lesson and students have to leave, they say, oh, I'll swab it when I get home. Well, of course, that's really not going to do the job, because the time to swab it is when the instrument is moist from the condensation and the saliva that builds up on the instrument. So I always do it from the bell down, partially because it helps straighten out the cord. And I don't know if you can see in there, you see that little protrusion right about here? Well, sometimes that's the vent from this key right here. So sometimes if I don't take time and I just in a hurry put the cord down here and pull it, it may get stuck. It could happen to her, let's say from this end too. Let's say I put the whole thing together and I just went like this. It might get stuck in there. Hello. Technical difficulties. So it's better to do that. Then through the bell. And then when I take the instrument apart, you will see that in there, right in here, you will find water accumulate as well. So that's when I take this, put my finger in there, and just go around here. That's the bell, and then you'll find it in the tenons too. I don't know about the lighting here, but in there it's a similar kind of thing. And the barrel. You'll find it really moist, because that's the closest part to your mouth. But what about the mouthpiece? Good segue from the mouth to the mouthpiece. Well, first of all, when it's wet, I do the same thing. I try to take it off the instrument first because it gets a little unwieldy, and these things are fragile. If you drop them on the floor, they're going to crack most of the time. And while most student mouthpieces aren't that expensive, it's not necessary. This mouthpiece, on the other hand, is quite expensive. And if you can see, I really haven't done my homework, practice what I preached, because right here, whoops, here we go. You see that area and that area? That's a buildup of minerals from inside your mouth. When you blow and you get your saliva on there, your saliva represents what's inside your body. Okay? So when the saliva evaporates, what's left is these minerals. So what I like to do, and you can get these tablets for yourself. If you already have a retainer, you may be familiar with them. This is Efferdent, which is really it was really invented for people that had dentures, false teeth, but it's also used for retainers, for braces. And here's a generic like you might buy at CVS or one of the pharmacies. It's all the same stuff. This is not for eating. This is not for drinking. But you rip it open, and you're going to see a tablet. And this tablet will dissolve in a cup of water. I put the water in here. You know what water looks like. I try to use warm water. It seems to work better. And I fill it up so that when I put my mouthpiece like this, and this is saxophone or clarinet, upside down into the water, it will not rise above here, because I don't want to put the cork in the water. But again, look at that stuff on there. Let's see what happens. This works really well. So I'm going to drop this in here, kerplunk. See how it starts? Oops.